everyone, welcome back to another video. So as you can see from the thumbnail, we're just doing a nice neutral set today. I absolutely loved how this set turned out. So basically lately when I can't figure out what I want to do on some days, I just decide to pick a glitter that I really like out of my glitter collection and just work around that. So this time I selected this glitter, which is called, oh my god, my brain has gone a bit, Countess. So I think this is out of the Glamour collection if I remember correctly, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But obviously the website to Sparkle Suppliers UK is always in the description along with my discount code anyway, so if you want to have a look then you can go check it out. So this nail is just a full nail of the glitter, and then I will cap this off camera later on when we finish the rest of the set, but it turns out beautiful. I'm so excited for you to see it top coated. It's amazing. So the next nail I'm going to be doing an ombre. So I'm using Magpie Beauty French knickers for this. I will eventually just only use Tears Beauty acrylic, but this is the last of my what's it called? The last of my Magpie acrylic. I sold everything else, but I didn't have like a mega amount of the white left, so I just thought, you know what, I'll just use it up, and then I can replace it with Radiant White from Tears eventually when it's empty. So I've just used that, and then I'm going in with Rose from Tears Beauty. I'm really sorry if you can hear those little pitter patters. They're my dogs just running around for no reason, like they always do when I do a voiceover. So I'm just going in with Rose, and this is one of Tears Beauty's core acrylics that's a nice pink colour, whereas usually I use Naked, which you might have noticed is more of a peach colour than a pink. So this one I'm just obviously filling in that back area, creating the ombre, and then I will cap this again off camera later on, and then we can move on to the next nail once I've finished this ombre. So the next nail is going to be a quick marble. Obviously you all know that I overdo marbles. You really don't need to take this long to do them, but I am so picky, and to be honest, obviously I'm mixing brands, which isn't helpful. I am using Magpie's monomat as well because I do have a little bottle left, and instead of wasting the acrylic that I will use on clients, I just thought, you know what, let's just use that for my practice tips during lockdown, and then my huge bottle of Tears Beauty monomat will still be waiting for me when my clients return. So it's one less thing for me to have to replace, because obviously using things throughout lockdown is all well and good until I open and I have nothing left because I've used it all in lockdowns. So I'm just applying some of that Countess glitter just on the bottom and the top corner just to match this nail up with the rest, because I just love glitter, so why not? I don't have to have an excuse for extra. And then once I finish this nail, we're going to go on to a French design nail. So first of all, for the French, I am going to be forming the pink area. So this is Rose again. As you all know, I just spend way too much time. Here, I'm just taking out as much liquid of this bead as I can. My room, I've mentioned it multiple times in previous videos, but just in case you haven't watched any of my other videos, is absolutely freezing. And although obviously eventually it does warm up because I do have a little fan heater in there, I do have radiators as well, but I don't have them on just because I don't want to heat my whole house while I'm just sat in that one room all day and everyone else is at work. So I do have my fan heater on, which does heat up the room pretty quickly, but this was one of the first sets that I did of the day, so it was absolutely freezing and I was way too impatient to wait for the room to heat up a little bit, so the acrylic did take a little bit longer than usual to set, which is why I messed about with it for so long. But I am one of those people that does that anyway. Like I always overplay with the product, so that's just me. So I'm just creating obviously the smile line here, and then creating the extra at the back that would be the cuticle area, and then I will leave this to set before going in with a French nail and putting the white on the tip. So I did wait for that to set between clips. Obviously I just didn't wait, I didn't make you watch me wait for it to set because it's really boring to just sit and watch blank screen. So I'm just going in with the white now and just going right up to that smile line, but making sure to not go over it, because I am going to be adding some glitter and then obviously capping as well. So I'm just putting that down the side walls first, just to make sure that it goes all the way down to the bottom. And then just filling in the rest of it, basically just a really nice thin wash of white. Then making sure just to clean up as well, make sure I don't have anywhere I don't want it, so we don't create dark patches when I come to cap. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm applying a very, very small amount of the glitter at the free edge and just fading that backwards. I'm just making sure that I'm using my brush to pick out which bits of glitter I really want for this bit, because I don't want the whole tip covered. So I'm just making sure it goes right to the very end and then just fades backwards. I'm just picking up some smaller pieces off my paper backing that has dropped over just in the course of doing this set, and then I'm just picking up a little bit extra just to create more of a fade with some smaller pieces down further down. And then once I've done that, we'll move on to the next nail, which is a super easy, just glitter fade nail. So I'm just going to be doing the whole nail in the rose acrylic, and then just applying some of the glitter at the cuticle area and then blending it down. Super, super easy, but really effective. I don't think a glitter fade will ever get old because it looks so effective. And like I said, it's super easy. So anyone of any level in their career, it can basically do a glitter fade. It's super easy. And it's really fun as well, just to have a little play around with the glitter as well. So once I've done that, I will obviously then go on to top coating. I am just messing around here with each piece of glitter, making sure it's exactly where I want it, because this glitter is really good for fading, because it's got really big pieces in, and it's got the medium and the really small. So if you can pick out like the different sizes that you want in different places, it's really easy to get it to fade. Some glitters are a little bit more difficult, especially if they don't have what's it in, like the, what I'm trying to say, if they don't have smaller pieces in, they're a lot more difficult to fade, but obviously it is possible. So here I'm just showing you from when I'd applied the capping layer of clear acrylic, and then when I'd filed that and what it looked like, and then when I'd wiped it as well. So now I am just top coating these nails. I'm really, really happy with how they turned out. This one wasn't focused very well because obviously glitter is a bit of a pain, but here you go. This is what it looks like. It is beautiful. And then that's it really. I'm just going in with some decals on 2 of the nails. So I'm only top coating 3 at the moment. I did completely forget with the decals actually that I needed a tacky layer because obviously the decals are just wet and then they dry and then that's that. They don't stick to anything without a tacky layer. So I did end up just like, I'll explain it more when I get to it, but I messed up basically. So these are the decals I'm going to be using. They're really, really cute. I'm using the like pinky and blue ones, just because I thought they matched the set quite well, because there was a little bit of nice pink in there, but we've also got some colour too, which is good. So I'm just cutting those out. I'm using that one, the one in the middle, and then the one towards the top left. I've then got a little pot of water next to me and I'm just picking up some of that with my brush and just placing it on the back of the decal, and then I will smooth that off with my finger and like a mixture of my finger and the tweezers. It was a bit difficult to do on camera, so I did end up just like coming off camera for a sec just to do it, just because it's so difficult to try and do it under my phone when I can't see. So you can see here that that decal is actually stuck to my middle finger. I had to sort of just like make sure it stayed there and hold it for a second while I put this on. This is Glitterbell's rubber top coat, which is a tacky top coat, so I just used this because it was the first thing I had to hand. So I just popped them in the lamp to cure this fully, and then used the tacky layer of this to be able to apply the decals. So obviously make sure you've done that before you cut your decals out and stuff like that, usually, just to make life a little bit easier. So I just pop this one straight on because obviously I'd already got it ready. That's just onto the tacky layer of that top coat, and then that one is brilliant and good to go. Just make sure that before you go to top coat, your decal is completely dry and not still a little bit wet, else it's going to cause some problems with your top coat and stuff. So just make sure it's dry. And then on the other nail, on the ombre nail, I'm going to be putting those other two. So one of them is slightly bigger and one is smaller. So I'm going to pop those on that one just to give it a little bit something special. And then once I've put these two decals on this nail, all I need to do then is top coat these two, and then you can see them all together at the end. I was really happy with how this turned out. I wasn't really sure what I was going to be doing on this nail and the other one that I put these decals on, but when I found these in my folder, I was like, you know what, I'm going to use those. They're really cute. I always like to make the most of using a decal as well when I'm doing like lighter nails, because I don't know if you've noticed, but majority of my nails are colourful, or have a lot going on and stuff like that. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to make the most of like a simplistic set that's not got a major amount of colour on it, and just add a little pop of colour, because obviously if I'd got loads of colour underneath, then you wouldn't have been able to see this very well. So yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't already, then please do subscribe. It means a lot to me. Thank you to everyone that already does, and I'll be back really soon. Bye.